I'm Steve McNally from Korg, and I'm here at Sweetwater to show you the new Pa4X Professional Arranger. One of the main things about the Pa4X is the amazing sound quality. It actually has 10 times more PCM than any other Korg Arranger before. And part of this is because we're able to actually read samples directly off the internal drive in real time for some of the sounds, for example, like piano, so there are no loops. It also features DNC, Dynamic Nuance Control. That allows us to have those nuances of instruments that we can trigger with a variety of different things like switches, joystick, the ribbon controller, even how you play the keyboard. So for example, this sax, hit switch 1, hit switch 2. So it's much more realistic. It also has a digital drawbar organ. And I control the drawbars with these 9 sliders right on top of the keyboard. With a rotary speaker effect, and much, much more. There are several styles inside of the Pa4X, over 500 of them. There are 3 intros, 4 variations, 4 fills, a break, and 3 endings for every single style. Also with each style, 4 keyboard sets are saved and accessed quickly with either the buttons underneath the screen or by touching directly on the screen. That's the nice thing about the Pa4X is the touchscreen interface. I don't have buttons on either side and below it to try and navigate around on the screen. When I want something, I simply just touch the screen, select what I want. I go to Ballad, unplug Ballad 1, press exit, and there I am. If I want to adjust something like volume, I can touch the screen and just take my finger and slide the slider directly on the screen. Adjust values by going, for example, to panning. I can touch a parameter twice, enter something on the keypad, and OK, and exit, and I'm out. The other thing is how realistic the styles are. If, for example, especially the guitar strumming, because we have a feature called Guitar Mode too, which allows us to get much more realism in the styles. Listen to this intro 1 on this style, unplugged Ballad 1. We're able to not only have noises like, dubbing of guitar and harmonics and banging the guitar body, but also have strumming gestures using the keys and even what position that the chord is played in, whether the G is played here or even up here. I've connected a microphone to the back of the Pa4X, and because I'm going to show you another amazing feature inside of the instrument, and that's that it has a TC Helicon vocal processor right inside, giving me 4 voice harmonies, vocal effects, even special effects like auto-tune. So I just turn on the microphone, hey yeah, and then play a chord and turn on the harmonies. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Now, when I'm playing a style, I can get inspired and get a musical idea. If I want to record it, it does have a 16-track sequencer inside of it. And what I can do, though, is use what's called backing sequence quick quick record. I use the style to record the song. So I just play the chords, and each separate track, the drums, the bass, the guitar, and so on, are all recorded on separate tracks inside of the sequencer. Then I can plug in the microphone into the back, like I've done here, and use the MP3 record, and then record my whole song, including the microphone, my singing in, and as well as the harmonies from the TC Helicon onto an MP3, either on the internal drive or an external drive. Also, I can add an overdub and keep overdubbing as much as I want onto the MP3. There are several things about the Pa4X that make it much better than any other arranger out there. For example, it's able to play standard MIDI files, XG files, karaoke files, and even MP3 files from the song player. But it actually has two song players, and with Korg's patented technology, I can actually crossfade from one file to the other like this. It also has the ability to actually convert a standard MIDI file into a style. I choose any standard MIDI file, press convert, and in a matter of seconds, it creates 3 intros, 4 variations, 4 fills, a break, and 3 endings using that standard MIDI file. It doesn't work with every standard MIDI file, but works with many of them. And it means that you have a huge library of styles at your disposal. Another thing is SongBook. SongBook is a programmable musical database. Basically, it's a list of song titles, and when I select a song title, it will automatically bring up a style, a standard MIDI file, an XG file, a karaoke file, or an MP3 for me to use to perform that song. But the nice thing about that is not only does it bring up the style or the standard MIDI file or whatever I want to use, it also brings up everything else. It brings up 4 keyboard sets for me to play with that song. It brings up the TC Helicon settings that I want for that. It brings up everything with just one selection of the song. Also, the Pa4X has the ability to record chord sequences. So I just go into record, play my chord sequence, and then save it with the song. And when I select the song, it's there for me to use. There are also a couple of accessories you might want to add to your Pa4X. For example, the EC5, which is a 5-switch pedal board that allows you to use it to change variations or turn the harmonizer on and off. Also, there's a PAAS speaker bar that connects onto the back of the Pa4X with no wires, no anything. You just connect it and it works. So that's a quick look at the Pa4X Professional Arranger from Korg. If you have any questions, be sure to contact your Sweetwater sales engineer.